Dominic. How are you guys?
Been great.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, of course, we just saw our first win of the day. There's another two that we're waiting on, but the selected artist for Armenia is ATHENA MANOUKIAN. Dominic, I know that this was your choice. This was your personal winner to take DEPI EVRATESIL. So, how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling very good and satisfied. I must say that I haven't listened to the songs before, so it was the first time, so that I get an impression like an ordinary viewer, and it was the only one standing out for me. So I'm very happy.
Let's go out into the live chat, say hello to some people. Hello, Sarah O Halloran. Nice to see that you've come and joined us pretty often lately. So I really admire your commitment. Hello, Eric M. As it turns out, it was ATHENA who won. Hello, Jeffrey. Hello, Ashot or Atshot. Hello, Amel. Oren. Oren says, wow, I'm happy for ATHENA. The song is interesting, probably Armenian's best choice, but not sure if it's good enough to qualify. Maybe a revamp won't be a bad option. Well, one thing that I can say with confidence, of course, we have to say hello to the big man, Andy himself. What's going on, Andy? I have to say that generally speaking, with songs that come out of Armenia, production-wise, it's usually one of the best. Like even last year, I know that Walking Out with Zerbuk, it wasn't everybody's thing, but I think that most people still appreciated the quality of the production. Alvis, how do you feel about ATHENA and her win?
It wasn't even a surprise. Based on every performance, I had high hopes for Tokyo 9, but basically it was a flop. It was a big flop. My hopes have fallen. ATHENA was a clear winner there. I hope she does very good in Rotterdam. Hope she qualifies, of course. Armenia hasn't qualified for 3 years, 2 years, 3 years. I hope she does well.
I think that certainly, given the amount of hype and support that this song had leading up to the competition, like it didn't seem like there were that many songs that had this much excitement around them. I do know that there were some people that were fans of Tokyo 9. But in this case, this was a landslide victory, which I think might have been a surprise for lots of people. Let's say hello to Orion. What's going on? Deep, nice to see you again. And it's my friend Lazarus. Lazarus is from, what's going on? He's from Armenia, but he lives right here in Toronto. And I actually met him through a Eurovision group. So he's been a great person to explain things that are happening. And I really appreciate his help. P. Fukanan, somebody compared these songs made by Drake, Nipsey Hussle, or XXXTentacion. Okay, XXXTentacion, I assume. Constantine, what are you saying? Eurovision 2021. Well, Dominic, how do you feel? Like, I know that you really like this song. Do you think that it has winter vibes?
Honestly, no. I think it has a chance to qualify, which would already be a success for Armenia. However, I don't see it as a winner because I think it's too, I don't know, it's like a very interesting choice in terms of the genre because it has like rap vibes and pop vibes and stuff. But I don't think it would be enough for the big crowd. I think it has the fans. And I can imagine a good result, but don't see it winning though.
Yeah, and I think that it's also important to remember that as much as we've seen this performed at a national selection, it was on a small stage, and there's probably not as much of a budget allocated to each of the acts. So even if the sense might not be there right now for some people, then it could improve as we go on. I mean, I think that for lots of people, it's really exciting to see something that really swept the competition because I'm pretty sure she topped both jury points and the televote.
Not the televote.
Not the televote. Oh, who won the televote?
She came only third, which was very surprising. Okay. Let me check. I think she only got 50 points. And the winner was, let me check, number 10, What's Going On, Mama? Because he got 60.
Okay, yes. And that's
That's
Vladimir?
a surprise. Yes, it is.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I mean, people remember him because he competed in Junior Eurovision, and didn't he win?
Don't know about
Where's the
Univision.
fact machines when you need them? We need our fact
I'm the
machines.
fact machine about Eurovision.
Yeah. Constantine. This is the first time that somebody brings trap to Eurovision, adding some ethnic vibes to it with great staging. She has great chances. Yeah, I think that's a good point to make. It's there is lots of things that could elevate this. I think that if we are, I mean, of course, we're quite getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, but if we're thinking about the makings of a winner, I think the only thing that's really missing is like an emotional appeal. But I mean, this is like a certified bop, right? And we certainly have a mixture of songs that have been selected this year that kind of have they aren't completely in one camp over the other, but this one is like 100% club banger kind of thing, the kind of thing that you want to hear at the Euro Club. Oren is saying Armenia had no real option, but Chainsaw U is obviously the best option. Not going to Armenia was disappointed. Sent better standard of songs. Why did Armenia not qualify last year? Okay, well, so obviously the conversation is taking lots and lots of turns. Lazarus, thank you once again for having my back. Vladimir did win Junior Eurovision. So I mean, it's kind of not that big of a surprise that he won the public vote because people recognize him clearly, and if they figured, well, he won Junior, then certainly he could have a chance at the adult Eurovision, as we call it. Alvis, what are your thoughts on how this could be developed by the time we see it at Eurovision?
of course, we need to wait for 35 songs at least. So it could change. The tops could change. For Armenia, of course, was the only option. No, for me, it wasn't the only option. Tokyo 9 before. Before the selection was an option, but in the end, we know how it all ended. How it developed. Armenia does very well in the staging wise.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's a bad song, they don't. Okay, maybe last year wasn't the best staging
Mm-hmm.
in terms wise. How to develop to further. Um, Nothing else much to say about staging. I
Well,
guess.
I think that what we saw last year was certainly an ambitious idea. It probably just wasn't executed in the right way. I did see some footage from like the jury rehearsals, and I know that Zerbuk was kind of struggling with finding her cues to get the when she kind of throws her hand down and shatters the glass beneath her. Um, so I think that maybe they had overestimated what they were going to be able to do. But certainly, I think that it's more exciting when they come with an ambitious idea rather than a safe one. So yeah, I think this definitely has good staging potential. Of course, what we saw her with her like throne, looking like a queen, and she's got these bare chested dancers around her. So I know that certainly already ticks a lot of boxes for people. Fifuknan. Trap has invaded mainstream music. It might just have its moment in Eurovision. That's a good point. Armenians didn't vote Athena because she is Greek. Okay, that's possible. I did hear that she was keeping quiet because she doesn't actually speak Armenian. She has Armenian roots, but she was born and raised in Greece, or at least she was raised in Greece. Oh man, so many comments. Oop. She has all the chances to win by my mind, says Narek. Constantine. Armenia and Greece are like sister nations, so she came three. Yeah, and third out of 12 is not a bad result. It's not the top result. And I mean, I think the big concern was how was this going to play out with the juries, because it was certainly one of the most modern songs of the selection, and depending on the kind of musical background of the jury members, they might not necessarily see that for what it's worth. That tends to frequently be a concern. I don't know how to say your name. Dominic to Polak. Do you know what they're saying?
Oh, but I can imagine that they are stated by Polish.
Voice cut down.
Dominic, I think your audio has cut out again. It was the problem that we had before we started going live. You're kind of coming in and out. Saying her mother is Greek and father is Greek, Armenian, who was raised in Greece. Okay. So, I mean, perhaps a controversial choice, but I think that at least among the people who were looking at the selection of songs leading up to the actual show, I think that there are going to be a lot of people really happy with this. I know that certainly within our own circles, there's a lot of people happy. Maybe not necessarily Alvis, but Alvis, you still think that it's a deserving winner, right?
It was my second choice, but right after 39, so I'm not disappointed. I knew it was a big fan favorite. Everyone talked about it. They had most views on their YouTube channel, DEPI. So I'm not surprised it won. Well deserved, actually. Best performance of the night.
Eric, it was ATHENA who won. ATHENA with Chains on You, Chains on Me.
Chains on You.
Chains on You, yes. And I have to say it's pretty catchy. It's not usually to my for me. I'm not usually that kind of a fan for those kinds of songs, but I was actually digging it. I think that she really sells it, and I'm excited to see how this develops by the time it gets to Rotterdam. But yeah, anyway, so this is just a quick check-in with you guys. Obviously, there's lots more coming tonight, and we'll be checking in and out when we hear who wins the various national finals. Of course, we're waiting on Norway and Lithuania. Norway, I believe, will be coming first, and then Lithuania after, but we can never be sure because sometimes these shows run long. Even this show ran a little bit long. But thank you guys so much for joining us. And if you guys haven't done so, make sure that you subscribe to Eurovox and check in with us later tonight if you're watching any of the other national finals, because of course there are finals that are happening and then there are semifinals that are still happening. And we'd love to know what you guys think. So I guess we'll catch up with you guys later. Until next time, take care.